Hey everyone, it is Elizabeth, and I'm hoping that the sound on this is a little bit better. My sound on my computer and stuff, my technology has been crazy today. So yeah, you know what? That's life, right? The joy of live video and everything that can go wrong during it. So I'm redoing this live. And first of all, if you are joining me live or if you're watching the replay, please just say something down below. Type replay if you're watching the replay, or if you're watching live, say hi down below. Helps my heart so much to know who's watching these, and I just love you guys so much. So today we are talking about how to build an amazing tribe that stays with you through the years. You know, we all talk about networks and we talk about how we would wish that we had these incredible teams and these incredible tribes and these networks, you know, and then we think of people, we think of like Tony Robbins, we think of, you know, Richard Blissbrook, Tom Chenault, just these amazing people, and they know everybody and everybody knows them. But these networks are built on 4 simple little things. And I'm going to teach you these 4 simple little things. And if you put these into practice, and do them all the time, I'll tell you these 4 simple little things. Wayne, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me today. If you do these 4 simple little things, you can build those kinds of networks. You can build these kinds of things where you can pick up a phone call if pick up a phone if you need something, and really just be able to have the resources, but have the relationships too, because they're also authentic. So let me tell you about that. Now, in contact mapping, we teach people how to do this all the time. Like, this is our passion. But here's the beginning part of that. It's called the 4 pillars. And the funny thing is that a lady that's part of our tribe, her name's Jenny Schichter. I love Jenny. She's just precious. And she nicknamed them the BLTs. And so now we've kind of adopted the BLTs as the way of talking about this. But the first one is belonging. In any relationship or building of any tribe, there has to be a sense of belonging. And that sense of belonging actually comes from your why. Them being able to connect with your why. Now, this is huge if you really get this, because if you get this, this can change so much just with this one thing. So many times when people are talking about our why of doing things and stuff like that, you know, we make a vision board. Our whys are, we want a big house or we want a big car, but that's not something that other people really connect with. They get that they might want that too, but it's not a driving passion that connects you guys together, that all these people want to join your tribe so you can have a big house. You know, it just doesn't work that way. But when we talk about a why, we talk about that inner drive, that inner reason of why you're doing this. Why this is so important to you, why this is going to change the world, why this is going to help people. Now, there's big giant whys and then there's little whys, but your tribe will connect with your why. You know, Martin Luther King was one of the most amazing men that I think ever walked this earth. He was just incredible. There were many, but he was just incredible. And he had 200,000 people hear him speak. And this was before social media, before cell phones, before the internet, before everybody got an Eventbrite invitation and all of these other things. Absolutely powerful. But he said something that people could connect to. He didn't say, I have a plan. He said, I have a dream. It was a why. It was a driving force of what he believed needed to change in this country. And other people could see the vision and could connect with that same vision. Now, your vision may not be as big as that, and that's okay. But maybe you have a vision of helping men be able to get out of the workforce and live a life that actually has some meaning to them. Maybe you have a why of helping single moms be able to take care of their kids because they don't have the income to stay home with them right now. Maybe your why is you survived cancer, or you survived something, or you've lost a whole bunch of weight, and you know the suffering that goes through with people like that for those kinds of things. And you want to make sure that nobody else has to suffer if they don't want to. See, these are huge whys to them. May not be a movement of an entire nation, but it may be the thing that's going to connect people to you because that's your driving core core motive, core desire of what's going to drive you. It's that thing that drives you to do something, even at the times when nothing's working well, even when money's not going great, even when you don't know how it's going to work. It's that thing that wakes you up in the morning and you're just like, gosh, I've really got to do this. Those are the kinds of whys that people connect to. Tom Chenault's why is love like crazy, then love more. And that's something that so many of us have connected to because there's not enough love in this world and we want to change it. So that first pillar or first word of the BLTs is belonging. The next one is love. I got to tell you, we all feel like there's not enough love in this world, and we're all looking for people to love and accept us for who we are right where we're at, even when we're on our path of growth. You know, we have a wonderful young gentleman in our community, and he just loves Jessie Lee Ward, and Jessie Lee Ward is amazing, just so much power and energy. And when you hear her story, it's so shocking to hear her talk about how people didn't like her when she was growing up. She was the girl who ate lunch by herself. Nobody wanted to be around her and stuff. And how hard that was for her. And it's absolutely incredible how much we need to be loved and accepted right where we're at. Right where she was at then, before she became the rock star, before she became the legend of social media. We need to love and accept people right where they're at, because then we can be part of their journey when they go to those places. We always look at people and we're just like, oh, I wish I had connections with that person. But would we say the same thing if it was when they were first starting out? When Grant Cardone was broke and he didn't have all the millions of dollars and he didn't have the influence, would we have still wanted to be connected to that person then? And when we say yes, that's when everything changes in our tribe, because we allow people to be who they are then on their way to where they're going. This is huge. Now, love's going to lead to the other two pillars. And the other two pillars, the next one we're going to talk about is trust. And trust is huge. People feel like they can't trust each other these days. And that's pretty much the norm. And that's sad, because that shouldn't be the norm. It should be the norm that we could trust, and it's odd when we can't trust somebody. But unfortunately, the world's taken that other turn, and it's our job to start turning it back. So with trust, to be able to gain that trust, we have to walk in a consistent manner that allows people to start trusting us, to show that we are trustworthy. And some of those things are, showing up consistently. And it doesn't mean we don't have a bad day. If we have a bad day, we just own it and we apologize for, we make what's right when we do something wrong. We try to do our best. We walk in those things. But there's one big one that happens in a lot of companies, a lot of teams, and throughout a lot of groups. And I want to cover this one today because this one's huge. That one right there is when you have a problem with somebody, if you really want to be known as an integrous person and you want to be known as a person who can be trusted, if something's going on and you're struggling with something regarding somebody else, or you have a problem with them, go directly to them and talk to them about it. Don't go to your team and tell everybody else about it, how bad they are, and don't go to all your coworkers and complain to all your coworkers about it. The thing of it is when we do those things, either gossip or we complain to people about other people, what it shows is that we can't be trusted. Because most of us know that people who do that are eventually going to probably do that about us too. And those aren't the type of people we want in our lives. Those aren't the type of people that we want to give our secrets to. Those aren't the people that we want to grow with. And even in the times when we're struggling, be able to say, I'm struggling with this. Those aren't the people. Those are the people that we have to be phony with, or we feel like we have to be phony with, because we're trying to impress them. Because if we don't live up to whatever standard they've set for us, not our own standards, but their standard, then they'll say something bad about us. Those aren't the kind of people you want to be around. There's lots of them in the world. Let them be in their own little plane. The type of people you want to be around are the people of integrity and love and trust. The ones that are going to hold your confidences. The ones that are going to be able to, really be there for you when you need that, and you know that you can tell them something and they won't repeat it. The people that you know that if something's going wrong in your relationship, they're going to come to you and they're going to say, this isn't working out. I'm struggling with this. You've offended me in this way, or I felt offended, or anything else. I want to talk to you about it. When you have those kinds of relationships with people and you hold yourself in that kind of integrity, you know what happens? People trust you because you're completely different than everything else in the world. Now, if you have trust, you can start building that last pillar. And that last pillar is so important. That's the pillar of safety. It's where you feel safe with these people. When you get to that fourth pillar and you build safety, what ultimately happens is you're the person that they can come to and they can tell anything to. I'm blessed that I have so many friends, and I've got many of those friends, and I've all met them all through contact mapping, through this process that we're talking to you about. But some of my closest friends are exactly those kinds of people. The days that I'm struggling, or the thing I can say to them, oh my gosh, I'm struggling with this. This is just not happening the way I want. Or I can say, oh my gosh, I'm having a bad day. And you know what? They don't judge me. They're like, yep, I've had them. I love you and I'm right here for you. And that's the same thing I try to do for every member in our community. Somebody put something on my post recently, and I think it was in the group, and they said, lead by example. And it was like, yes, that's what we should all be doing. We should lead by example. And if we want to attract those kinds of people that have integrity, that have love, that we can trust, that we can really build a relationship, a team, a network with, we have to first become that person. And if you're struggling with becoming that person, if you just don't know, you're like, gosh, I really want to get this in me. I really want to be able to do this so I can have those kinds of amazing networks, so I could have people that follow my tribe as well. If you need those things, I want you to reach out to me, because we'll give you a pass to come into our premium community group and help you begin the process of being able to do these things. I've got a free trial waiting for you. You can come in. It's a pass that will allow you to come to our trainings and allow you to see what some of the things that we're doing. Our members are having amazing growth, not just in their businesses, although that is huge. They're also having tremendous growth personally. I can tell you, by putting these principles into practice, it's changed everything in my life. It's changed all my relationships. It's changed my relationship with my husband. It's changed me as a person. If you knew me years ago and you knew me now, black and white difference, because of these principles that I've been taught by my amazing mentor, and that we now teach all together in the Contact Mapping Premium community. So if you would like to know more about this, I want you to reach out to me. I'm so excited to help you get on your journey too. And together, we're going to change this world, because we don't want it to keep going in the direction of hatred and things like that. We want to build a place where trust is the norm, where acceptance and love is the norm, where it's normal to feel like you belong, where bullying and all the other things that happen to kids and happen to teenagers and even adults is just something that sounds so strange, because it's not something that happens anymore. But we do this by changing individually ourselves, and then helping others realize that they can be loved and they're worthy just where they're at, and help them grow as well. So I love you guys. I hope this was good for you, and please reach out to me. Please say hi down below if you watch this, and any comments. I'd love to hear your comments as well, but make sure you just direct message me or direct message through Contact Mapping, either or, and we'll get you that free trial to get into the community. I love you guys so much. Oh, Wayne, that's awesome. Thank you. That means so much to me. I love having you part of our tribe, man. You belong. I love you guys. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.